Thank you very much, Chairman. I want to welcome the OPW today. Again, I agree with everybody. You do tremendous work, and the various tasks that you're set under legislation and by the state. I just want to ask you, you've mentioned that the applications from local authorities are on your website. Now, I couldn't find them there now, actually, when I looked. I wonder, can you tell me, are there any applications in yet from County Meath in relation to recent flood events in Ashbourne?
Yeah, apologies. What's on our website is what's drawn down.
Yeah,
and what's on our website is what the Department of Environment, what was approved by government based on an application by a local authority of what they needed.
Yeah.
So in terms of, so in relation to County Meath, what has been approved, there has been no drawdown. No, there has been no drawdown from me, but the allocation that was granted to them was 75,000.
When was that granted?
That was part of the government decision.
When?
In February.
So
based on their application.
So €75,000 was granted to Meath County Council.
Sorry, that is in respect of the storm damage.
Yes.
December, January. There was a government decision in February. The government decision was based on applications from the affected local authorities for funding, and they determined the funding, and that was approved.
And this was not drawn down?
It's not yet drawn down.
Not yet drawn down. Do you
But
know what that was in respect of? Was that in respect of?
I do not have that detail.
Are there applications in from Meath County Council in relation to the recent flood events? I know the OPW, an OPW official very kindly visited Ashbourne some time ago. There were quite a number of flood events in the last month in County Meath during that, about 4 weeks ago.
Under our minor flood protection and coastal protection scheme, we may have had applications to that separate to the storm damage, but I'd have to revert to you on that.
I'd be grateful if you would.
Yes, it is in, since upwards, approximately 30 million has been expended since 2009 on approximately 470 applications by local authorities. So it's quite substantive.
On the small work scheme?
On the small work schemes,
yes. With some of them,
yeah, on small. They have to meet cost-benefit criteria. They have to be set out by the local authority, and they have to, in doing it, I'd be concerned to say local authorities in regard to this programme should look and see, do they comply with the criteria, and then determine whether they should apply. I would prefer that to be the case than an application that they know doesn't apply.
And so who maintains the projects then?
The local authority.
Okay, so I mean, there was a small work scheme granted there in Drumconrath, County Meath, the River Nya.
Yeah.
Some people have suggested there are other problems now caused maybe upstream or downstream, whatever. That would be the local authority in the first instance would look at them and then come to you if they need more money, maybe to do more work.
Well, I think the thing would be at all times in relation to where local authority undertakes work, then they're taking the responsibility for the maintenance. And I should have said to an earlier question as well, where they're what we call the owners on either side of a river in relation to the riparian owners, as they may be known, have responsibilities in this area as well in relation to for maintenance.
Can I ask you briefly then about Old Bridge House? And again, I want to congratulate the OPW and all your staff there. They do absolutely tremendous work. It's a major tourist attraction. It's a major benefit to the community of East Meath and indeed South Louth. It's located on the border. Aisling and her team down there have tremendous work. They really are. It's fantastic. I had the kids there at Halloween. Stuff that you wouldn't expect the state to provide, children's entertainment, but it was absolutely fantastic what was provided there at Old Bridge, and hundreds of families enjoy it every day during the summer. Now, there was a proposal that I kind of pushed when we were in government, and indeed Minister Hayes supported, that a playground would be installed at Old Bridge Estate. And he had a proposal to give substantial funds in the range of 6 figures, I think, provided Meath County Council would give some money. And they have, as far as I can tell, always rejected any suggestions that they would offer up this share of funding, because of course the playground at Old Bridge would benefit villages in Meath that actually Meath County Council for various reasons couldn't put playgrounds in. Also benefit a number of villages in Louth and indeed the town of Drogheda, but thinking of Denore and I'm thinking of Slane and the general East Meath area. Would it not be better if the OPW had these funds at their disposal? They have planning permission, there is planning permission granted there, just to go in and do a smaller playground, to forget about the Meath County Council contribution, because it would have a huge benefit to the site in terms of attracting visitor numbers. Children can play, maybe the parents want to see the house, stay in the restaurant there, and just generally attract more people into the place. And would it be possible for the OPW to do a solar run on this and to provide the playground themselves? It would be very welcome in the area.
No, I can appreciate that, and I sometimes see the Office of Public Works as somehow a bit of a national local authority in the sense that we provide central services for government in local areas. But might I suggest that it is important that local community and local community as represented by the local authority would have a participate in this as well. The Office of Public Works will be bringing the site and will be bringing funding, but I think, and I understood that it had been agreed that the local authority and in setting up a playground, it's not, there are lots of health and safety issues around it, and it has to be carefully done. And
but the OPW presumably want it because there's no planning permission for it.
Yes, but we would see it as an addition to the facility, but it has a wider than just the facility. It has a community. There's a community gain, and the local authority were part of that. I would be concerned that something that we create expectations on jointly, that we would jointly take responsibility for, rather than either one of us stepping back from that. So we have, and we would.
Unfortunately, what's happened in the meantime, there was an expectation created, I suppose, by applying for planning permission, and a very welcome expectation. For various reasons, Meath County Council didn't seem to want to go for it. They say they've no money. The OPW had a certain amount of money. And I think it's getting caught now, and the families are losing out. But I think the OPW, the site itself, is losing out by not having. You spent a lot of money recently on the walled garden. It's fabulous.
Yeah, and that's with our conservation and preservation remit in relation to what the garden is. But I suppose I should say that in terms of prioritisation, and government has allowed, in relation to the office, has ring-fenced and protected the funding on the flood risk management side. But since 2008, there has been an 89% cut in capital on the vote. So, all areas have to be prioritised. Sure. So it is, we would be looking, and in relation to our heritage side, we do look to Fáil Ireland and other bodies, including the Department of Arts Heritage, to support us in funding initiatives around the care of the estate we have. So it's not all from our own resources. So I think there is an important thing in terms of long-term sustainability on certain of the properties, that we would look to communities as well. And when I say community, I'm looking to local authorities as well in relation to care of the estate within their areas. Okay. So we play our role, and they as well. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.